everybody, welcome to our patio. Hey, today's video has to do with an issue we're having on our patio, which is we live in Southern California. In the summer, the patio gets very hot. And so we want to do this section here that goes from the house to the steps of the pool with a product called Cool, C-O-O-L, paint. Maybe some of you have heard of it. We've heard of it, but we've never tried it. And the idea is it will keep this patio surface like 15 degrees cooler than it normally gets or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the difference is, but our daughter at her house in Phoenix, where it gets very hot, they have that all around their pool deck, and it made a huge difference, so we wanted to try it. It's not cheap, and I'll show you in a minute the components, but you can see looking at the patio here, it looks chipped like this because we were preparing the surface. So that entails rinsing it off very good and getting any loose materials off, and that's why you see the chips here, because we had to chip away some of the loose patio paint that was on here. So that's what it looks like now, and then we'll go in the garage and I'll show you the actual product, and then you roll it, brush it on just like any paint and allow it to dry. So we'll see how it works and whether it's worth maybe some of you considering using it. So let's go to the garage. So here's what actually comes in the bucket. When you buy the product, it comes in a 5-gallon bucket like this, and it has these 3 components in the bucket. So you've got the compound, and then you've got the mixing solution, and then you have to buy a gallon of exterior paint, and that's what gives the concoction its color. So you're going to pick the color you want. You're going to mix the paint with the powder and this solution in this 5-gallon bucket with like a paddle mixer. And it's kind of viscous, it's kind of thick, so it comes out kind of like a thick batter. And you apply it, like I said, outside. You apply it with a roller and a paintbrush. You put it on, you let it dry, you give it a second coat, you let it dry. And then also this came in there, and this is the sealer, and this gets 2 coats to the surface after everything's completely dry and cured. So this protects it from staining, supposedly. So we'll see how all that works, because as you all know, I have 2 dogs, big dogs, and they run across that path all the time. So we'll see how well this protects it. That'll be a good test to know. But doing this process is several $100s. I mean, it's not super cheap, but it's certainly cheaper than, having to dig your surface out or do something different with it. So, and I like that you can choose a color. So we'll see how that works and how it all ties in when it's all said and done. So we'll update you along the way, and we'll see you then. Here's an update. You can see we've got the edge trimmed out on the section that we're using the cool paint on. And it goes on pretty easy. It's fairly viscous. It's not as thick as a batter. It's more just a thick paint consistency. But anyway, supposed to get 2 coats of this paint coat and then 2 coats of sealer. Hey everybody, welcome back to the final installment of this pool paint video that we have done. It's hard for me to see because the sun is right in my eyes. Anyway, you can see here that we finished it up. We got the sealer on it, so remember it was kind of a 3-step process. Step 1 was cleaning the surface good, removing any loose debris that was on there, hosing it off good, letting it dry thoroughly, and then putting on 2 coats of the paint. And remember, the way it works is you buy your gallon of paint, and that's what colors the product. So whatever color of paint you put in there is basically the color you're going to get on your patio. Now, we went with a little bit lighter color, obviously, the rest of our patio is, but logically you would assume a lighter paint would be even cooler because it would reflect more of the heat and the sun. So on this patio, that's key because as you can see, the sun is here all morning through early afternoon, and it just cooks all of this cement. So what's cool about this is you can definitely feel, it's supposed to be about 15 degrees difference between what has the cool paint and what doesn't. And having walked on it, walked on it yesterday, it definitely is cooler. And this is definitely warmer. So coming from the house to the pool will now be not a hopping, skipping, you can take your time and walk over there without hopping across the hot concrete. So that is it for this one. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Please give the video a thumbs up if you would. It helps the channel. Don't forget to visit theredesignhabit.com for more tips and tricks. And I think that's everything. Follow us on Instagram also if you're not doing that already. And we will see all of you guys in the next video.